been forever since I've done like an updated makeup tutorial or like what I'm wearing. Lately, I haven't done one of these in forever. So I figured I was getting ready to do my makeup anyway. And I figured I would just jump on here and do it with you guys. And I did already link basically everything that I'm going to be using. It's already linked in my story for you guys, so you can find it there. But I figured I'm doing my makeup anyway. Let's just do it because it's been a while. I did get pretty burnt yesterday. I was sitting outside reading my book and I didn't realize it was that hot outside. So we are going to do makeup. I already used the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I use that as a moisturizer. I've been using a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lately, and I really like it. So I used the Magic Cream this morning. It is kind of pricey, but I feel like between the skincare and my collagen, which I'm drinking right now, my tone has been super even. My skin has looked really supple and clear, so I'm really liking the results that I'm seeing. All right. So let's start. I am using the Forever Velvet Veil. This is from Dior. And I don't think it has like a color shade to it, but I have been really digging this. So all of this stuff I've been using for at least 6 to 8 weeks. So I've been able to really test it out and confirm that I like it. So this is the Magic Veil 24-hour blurring matte primer with longwear comfort from Dior. Keep hoping you go back to Younique. Why do you hope that? I really enjoy having the freedom to do whatever I want with my makeup. I loved Younique, but it was just, I couldn't have as much freedom to try new things. And I really do love their products. Don't get me wrong. You know, I love their products for sure. But I just wanted a little more freedom to be able to try new things. And I like that it's not so like saturated. All right, next I'm gonna do my foundation. And I have been using this, and I really freaking like it. It is the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation, and it is shade 7 Neutral. It just goes on so beautifully. Thank you. So a little goes a long way. I'm going to start with just that. I can always add if I need to, but a little bit of this goes a pretty long way. I'm using the Hourglass Vanish foundation brush. It is also linked in my story. Hi, Caitlin. We'll see how this does covering up my Rudolph the Red Nose. Here. I might need a little bit more of it, but the last couple times I used it, I really felt like I was overdoing it with the amount of product because, like I said, a little bit of this does go a long way. I've been following you since you were at a trip and was showing your quilted luggage bags on stories. Oh, where was I? Was that the cruise when I brought those, like, Vera Bradley? Listen, those were the shot back in the day. The Vera Bradley duffel bags, can't nobody tell you nothing. They're still great bags. I mean, those suckers last forever. I know, Caitlin. I can't wait to see you. All right, so that is... My nose is so red. I don't know if anything's going to cover this up. That is the Beautiful Skin. You were very blonde. Yeah, that was when I think I went on a cruise because my hair was like bleached at that point, which thank goodness for collagen because my hair was about to like fall out of my head. I was bleaching it so much. And now I'm back to just a couple of highlights. I don't have any extensions in. My hair is so much stronger and longer than it was before. You know what? I think this is going to be fine because we're going to go in with a couple other things. So that is the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation, shade 7. Excuse me, my nose. My nose always starts running when I do stuff like this. I don't know why. Then let's do brows really quick. So generally I use the Red Aspen medium brow pencil, but I ran out and it's on its way. So until it gets here, I'm just using this in its place, and it's just an e.l.f. brow pencil I had on hand. I'm not even sure of the color of it. It doesn't have the color, but it's probably some kind of like medium brown. I know I keep getting urges to chop my hair again, but then I know I'll regret it like I always do. I kind of just want to see, like, you know, is that foundation? Yes, it's almost like a tinted moisturizer. To take off the comments, you can swipe this way. It might be the opposite on your screen. Yeah, it's almost like a tinted moisturizer, but it's really buildable. I kind of just want to see, back to the hair situation, I kind of want to just see what, you know, if I just keep my trims going, keep my collagen, I want to see how long I can get it by the end of the year. I've also been doing oil treatments once a week where I just oil my hair and sleep in it. And I've been using this oil. It is the Mielle Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Strengthening Oil. It's super cheap. I think it's like $8 or $9. You can get it at Ulta. And I just sleep in that once a week to really let it penetrate my scalp, and then I rinse it out in the morning. Okie dokie. So next we'll do, all right, this is something I was nervous about, and I'm really glad I decided to try it because now I really like it. I've been using it for a couple weeks, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. It's the shade Medium, and it is like a cream bronzer. It's not like a cream bronzer, it is a cream bronzer. I'm trying to work on that habit of saying it's like a. So I'm gonna do just a little in here. I feel like it applies better than any other cream bronzer I've used, because if you've watched any of my makeup videos in the past when I've tried creams, I just couldn't really get the hang of it. This one I feel like is a lot easier to use and to blend out, and it's easier to stack with other products. So like if I want to use a powder product on top of it, I don't feel like it gets cakey, which I really like. So if you're on the fence about this, I recommend trying it. So this is actually just the e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicating Brush. So it's just an e.l.f. brush, and it's made for their primer, but I really like it for applying creams. And the good thing is, especially with Ulta, and I'm pretty sure it's probably the same at Sephora. I know at Ulta, you can use it for like 60 days and return it. It's either like 30 or 60 days. So, you know, you can like use it. So, I mean, I've used foundations like 3 or 4 times and been like, this just isn't working, and returned it. So I'm pretty sure Sephora is the same way, which makes me not as afraid to try new things, because I'm like, okay, I'm not stuck with this forever. Next, we'll do a little bit of concealer. And this is actually a sample that I got that I really like, and it is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer. I am going to get the big one because I really like this, but a little bit goes a long way. So I've been able to use that for quite a bit. See how that just really emphasizes the cheekbone, but of course we'll go in and we'll kind of blend all this out, but I like the base of it because it kind of gives me something to work with. So I'm gonna just blend out this concealer. I like to blend mine kind of upwards. So plans this weekend. Cole is gonna be gone for a couple nights to a bachelor party, And I am gonna be in Cherokee. Might do a little casino in with some of my girls. So it'll be a fun kind of, you know, we both get to do kind of our own little thing with our friends this weekend, which will be fun. So this week, it's kind of just chilling, working, you know, kicking off the month. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my concealer, and then I'm actually going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. Is everyone okay? Is everyone good? Am I good? I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder to kind of set this and blend it a little bit, and then I can use, or I'm going to do blush, and then you'll see. Okay, anyway. So I love these things. You can get them on Amazon, and I'm just going to set lightly underneath. And let that sit for just a second. This is the Laura Mercier setting powder. Sometimes I'll just take whatever's on there and do my eyelids. All right, we're lifted. We'll take Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is shade medium. I did just get a new one, and for whatever reason, I got this like cool packaging with it. So I'm trying to use up this one first though. And that will just kind of set the rest of this to where it doesn't look, see how that just blends a lot better and it doesn't look painted on. Meant to do my blush. Gosh darn it. It's okay. I can still do it. My nose. You know what? I'm kind of digging the nose. My nose is sunburnt, and we're just going to kind of roll with it because that's kind of a look anyway, is the kind of red cherry frosted nose. So we'll use a little bit of the Rare Beauty blush. This is the shade Encourage. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this. Again, a little bit goes a long way. See how a little bit of that will go a really long way. You know where I'm dying to go? I haven't been to Vegas in forever. I think that's probably why I was like down to go to the casino this weekend, because I'm like, I'm really craving Vegas. Like I need some Vegas in my life. I think I'm just itching to play some blackjack. I'm just kind of touching up with that setting powder. And then I like to take a bit of setting powder and just set right underneath that cheekbone just to really emphasize it. And I haven't been wearing makeup that often lately, so when I do use the makeup, when I do use this kind of routine, this is surely not what I do like every day. This isn't like an everyday routine for me. This is when I do my makeup, which is probably 2 or 3 times a week. The blush was the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and it is the shade Encourage. If you go to my Instagram story, I already linked everything for you guys. Tried to make it easy. So I'm going to set, actually I'm going to do my powders first and then I'll set. So now I like to go in with some powders on top of this. I'm going to do a powder bronzer. This is the Dior Forever Natural Bronzer in the shade 6 Amber Bronze. And I don't go too crazy with it, but I like a little definition in here. Again, when I wear makeup, it's usually like nighttime to go out, or, you know, when I know we're going to be taking pictures, so I'll generally go a little heavier with it. But I mean, for me, if I wasn't recording this, I could do this pretty quickly. So this could be an everyday look if you're somebody that likes to put, you know, take more time and do a little bit heavier of a look. But if you don't, you could always skip the powder products. So I'm actually going to use this bronzer just as a really light eyeshadow as well, just to give a little something there. But I don't like to take away too much from my eyes because I like my eyes and I like them to pop. These are shorts with like, or it's like a skirt with built-in shorts. It's pretty cute. And then I'm going to do the same thing. This is the Dior blush in the shade 00 Pink. It's the rosy blush. I'm sure you've seen it. And we're just going to tap, tap, tap. That was the All Nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. This has definitely become one of my favorites, I'd say. The Urban Decay and the Charlotte Tilbury setting sprays have become my favorite. Now, I'm just gonna take a regular brush with nothing on it and just kind of blend some of this out. Now that my face has a little bit of moisture to it from that setting spray, I'll be able to blend this a little easier without smearing it because it's just kind of a dusting of setting spray. And I'm gonna do just a smidge of mascara on the bottom. I'm clearly due for a lash fill-in. I'm going on Thursday. And this is just a sample of a Lancome mascara that I got. And then, oh, highlighter and then lips. And that's it. This is Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Flaunt. And I like to use my finger for this. So I just tap, little there, little here. We have not rescheduled that trip, but I'm taking my mom to Paris, and then Cole is actually planning another trip with one of his buddies. So we're still going to be going on trips, but we haven't planned one together yet again, which we should do. Okay, and then just lips, and I'll be done. Okay, for the lips. This is lip liner in the shade Strip Down from MAC, and it's kind of like a darker nude, more of a brown. I'm really excited about the trip to Paris. And I figure, you know, my mom is, what, 58? Something like that, 57, 58. She's never been out of the country. I had to get her a passport appointment and everything. So this was more of a priority to me to take my mom and take her now while she's, you know, young and able to do everything. So I just think this is going to be really, really fun. That was the shade Strip Down. And then I'm going to use, I have so many freaking lipsticks. This is ridiculous. Let's use Milkshake. I have a lot of these from Too Faced, the Cocoa Bold collection. I really like them, but I think Milkshake is probably my favorite. And they smell really good. These, like, ugh, I want to eat them. And then we'll finish that with a little bit. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection Lip Gloss in the shade Pretty Pony. This is a lip plumper though, so I like to just do my bottom lip and then kind of okay. So generally, if I was going, like when I go to the casino this weekend, I'll probably use some kind of either shadow or liquid liner to do the top of my eye just because I like kind of a more dramatic eye if I'm going out. But since I am literally just running errands today, I'm gonna go with this. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels very clean. God, my nose is so red. But whatever. And yeah. So if you go to my Instagram story, everything pretty much is linked in my story. The only things I think I couldn't get on there was a few things I couldn't get on there, like the Real Technique sponges and these little things. You can get these off Amazon though if you just put in like makeup or under eye sponge or something. And they come in a big pack of them. They're super cheap. So you can find them there. But otherwise, hi Alyssa. I am gonna jump off here. I hope that was helpful. If you guys have questions or you need shades or whatever in anything I used, just send me a message. So we're gonna just rock the sunburnt nose today. And that's that. All right, guys, I will see you later.